Maya karingula ye kuna shumusana ye.
Good evening to our viewers. Good afternoon, good morning, and hoping that you're all fine. We have a special edition this evening, and we are hosting the resilient Mwizukanji. So Mwizukanji, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Mwelwa.
And as I said before, you look absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to see what it was that you were shooting.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're
I've got
welcome.
a little show that I've been shooting for the past weeks. So that's what I was doing today.
Okay.
Otherwise,
No,
I don't do makeup all the time.
Okay. No, somebody was telling me that it's supposed to be for special occasions only. But, well, that's subjective to women, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much to we already have about quite a lot of people watching us. We've got comments coming in already, and hi to Musa Kazimoto, you're greeting us. Hello TV Bakwetu. Katela Julia, thank you so much. The question, please, where are you? I want to see you, or you can e-box me. I'm a little lost on that one, so but definitely welcome Bika watching from Kwamutonyo. I don't know where that is. In my head, my geography in Zambia is very lost oftentimes. I know Copper Belt and I know Lusaka, and that's about it. But that's that. I think that's that's one of the tragedies of being in Lusaka and staying in particular places. But I'm going to go straight into the interview. And to our viewers, please share. And to those that are sending our stars, thank you so much. And because that's the only way we exist. So thank you so much for sending in those stars. So I was going to go straight into the interview, and many people know you because of a backlash that you received. So you were in a relationship that was a bit public. I'm understating. When I say a bit public, I think I'm understating it. It was quite a public relationship. And when that relationship came to an end, you received quite a lot of backlash. And I've always wanted to ask, did that take a toll on you? Because you came across very confident, like you had it all in control, but I always wondered.
Okay, so it's been like 2 years plus now. And I think a lot has changed because of that. So
Yeah.
I'm looking at it from a positive point of view. Yes, it's changed me and I became a better person. Had it not been for that situation, I think I was going to be relaxed somewhere doing not as much as I'm doing now. So to answer your question, yes, it did.
Okay. And what helped you cope? What coping mechanisms did you have? Because I'm looking at our life at the moment. We're getting so global. We're getting a lot of tendencies that maybe are a lot more European. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, it was Iris dressed in her net outfit, and she received so much backlash. So how did you manage that backlash?
People are always going to give an opinion on anything. People feel entitled to express themselves when anything happens, even without understanding why a person is doing what they're doing, even without understanding what that person is going through. That's just Zambians. I can't say that's just how people are, but that's just Zambians, because now everyone is on social media. Now everyone can say whatever they feel is right. Now everyone can give their opinion on anything. So I strongly feel like for me, it's not something that I can say it broke me or it built me, but I had my own reasons to keep fighting. I had a lot of reasons to give up. I had a lot of reasons to just say, I think I'm done. I almost committed suicide. That was so silly of me, but I'm glad that I overcame. I'm glad that I'm where I am now. And what really helped me to fight whatever it is that I was going through is the fact that I thought about my kids. I thought about people that cared so much about me. I thought about the reason why God kept me alive. I thought of the reasons why I was the person in that situation, and that really helped me to overcome. Regardless of what everyone else was saying, the opinions that people were giving, I think for me it worked. It worked positively for me because it actually gave me a platform to even become better. That's the reason why I don't get offended if someone says, no, she's only famous because of this. No, she's only famous because of this. For me, that's okay, because it has actually given me a better platform to be who I am today. Had it not been for people giving me the negativity, like, people bullying me, because I was actually, if there was an award for the ugliest person, I would have gotten that award because I was tagged the most ugliest person. So I strongly feel like everything that happened, everything that people said really helps me to become better. And I really appreciate. Yeah.
Okay. The other element that was really interesting, that I found a little interesting, was that you had so many single mothers rally around you. And it felt like you literally had an army of the single mothers army. And at points, I would look at it, and because probably I'm not a single mother, it didn't resonate, but I knew that you probably needed that support. And they were the unlikely people to actually support you. But I think they did quite a lot. And there still is an army. So especially on social media, why do you think that that particular group rallied around you?
Okay. I think in the past months, I've actually realized that a lot of people are going through situations. A lot of people are going through what I went through, but there was never really like a platform where someone can come out and say, okay, I also went through this and this is how I overcame. And there are other people that are still going through something similar to what I went through. And they look at me and they just say, okay, if she did it, I think I can also do it. And in the past months, I've actually spoken to a lot of women that, feel like they want to give up. They feel because the relationship did not work. Nothing good can come out of them. They've got children. They don't know how they're going to provide for those children. So for me, I thought like my story coming out to the public was actually an opportunity for many other people to just express what how they felt about the situation, for people to share their stories on what happened to them, how they were surviving. And trust me, if those people did not come out to support me, if those people did not come out to just encourage me and say, okay, I'm also a single mother, this is what happened to me, this is how I'm managing, I don't think I was even going to be where I am today. So those people came out, and I'm glad I'm one of those people. A lot of times I've seen comments where people say, no, we are the frustrated baby mamas, you know, we are A, B, C, D. I don't really get offended, because I understand what someone, if someone is going to come to me and say, okay, Mwizu, you know, I'm really broken, I don't know what to do, I don't know how I'm going to provide for my kids, I think I stand a better chance to even sit down. And that's something that I do. You know, I sit down with people, I talk to different people, we share notes about different things that are happening. And I think we are each other's support system now.
Yeah.
The baby mamas. They're baby mamas. So they call
No,
us.
absolutely. I can see somebody has actually commented in the section saying, we are your carders. So I think that's another interesting way of putting it, because I'm saying fans, but people are saying they're your carders. So I think that's even more interesting. And I think it became very...
We have really been united. Trust me, we have really been united. Why am I saying we have really been united? Sometimes the situations where someone will come out and say, okay, this is what I'm going through. You know, I feel like committing suicide. You know, I feel like giving up. And then when I share those stories, sometimes I share such on my platforms. And then you just see the number of people that will come. You know, they will encourage that person. If there are any contributions that, you know, people have come, you know, I'm a single mother, I've got a sick child. Trust me, there are people that are always coming, you know, trying to help such people. So I strongly feel like we have the likes of the Mizinga Melus that, you know, we look up to in different sectors. We've got the likes of the Nonga winners, you know. If a woman wants to be in politics, we've got the likes of the Nkanduluos, those that we look up to. So for me, I feel like not in a bad way, but if we are going to talk about single mothers, if we are going to talk about you know, hustling for your children, just being strong for your children, I feel I have really tried my best to be an example. If there's someone that has been watching my story, if there's someone that has been, you know, paying attention to what has been happening to me, that's one thing that you can learn from me. And I'm not ashamed of it. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, that's been very evident, because I think one of the things that stood up, I'll be very honest, at the beginning, I was just like, you know, this is just, you know, social media, you know, stories and hype, and in my head I was thinking, these two, both her and him, you know, they're just making us, you know, the noise. But it became very evident that you had a fighting spirit, which became what probably I was admiring. I'm not a single mother, but there was something I began to admire, which was your fighting spirit. That regardless of all the rubbish that was going on, you were really fighting. What was it that you were fighting for? Because I think, like you've expressed yourself, a lot of the times as single mothers, or if you come out of a relationship, the guy goes off quite fairly off. He's sort of okay, but you are judged, and a lot of the cultural implications of that, you as a woman should actually hide. You're not supposed to come up. You're not but you didn't. You did what probably many wouldn't do. So what gave you the fighting spirit to say, you know what, I'm not going to be hiding, and I'm going to do what I want to do?
I have kids, Mwelwa. I have 4 very beautiful children. And I think everything that I have done in the past years, in the past months, it has always been about my kids. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there. You can carry on.
Okay, so that's something that I've always been fighting for. My kids understand my situation. My kids know what I go through. My kids know how much I put in, you know, to just be the mother that I need to be. So I needed to fight, because I have got children that look up to me. So I'm where I am today because I have got these little babies that look at me and they want to see a happy me. I've got these little babies that look at me and they expect certain things from me. I've got these babies that look at me and they want a certain type of a mother. And everything that I've been doing in the past, including my youngest human being, it has always been about my kids. Yeah.
Okay. And there was so much negativity, like we've already spoken about, on the social media, but you harnessed this negativity and created a brand. So tell me about the journey. And if memory serves me right, I think you started with the Hustle t-shirt. And at first, I thought was really unique because nobody else in Zambia was using t-shirts, and that you had a successful brand, which is very common in other countries, but not as common in Zambia. But you had a successful brand. So tell me a bit about that journey. What made you start the Hustle journey of your brand?
Okay, so even before everything happened on social media, there was a little bit of hustling going on. You know, you you do ABCD just to make sure that you've got that extra income. You want to work, you want to do this. So the time that I realized that, okay, I had the following, I had the numbers, the best I would have done is to take advantage of that and make some money.
Yeah.
So for me, I just took advantage of the situation. It was a bad situation, but they say there's no bad publicity. I had the numbers and I turned them into a business platform.
Absolutely good. And currently, what are you doing? So are you in school, or are you studying, or are you just working? Because we see quite a lot of parts of you at the moment.
I'm studying, but I'll not talk about my studying because I know my village people will come and attack me and I'll be down tomorrow. But
yeah,
I'm also working full time. I'm actually head of corporate. I'm actually head of corporate and marketing at Jalum, Zambia. I have my own small businesses running, and I'm just everywhere. I'm a marketer. I do marketing. I've got a marketing company that I use, but of course, for business reasons, I choose not to associate myself to that, because sometimes there are people that would want to do business with you, but they don't like you as an individual. So if they know that that's Mwizukanji's business, they don't want anything to do with it because they don't like you as a person.
Yeah.
So trust me, I have a company that I have done business with a lot of other companies that is not Mwizukanji. Business strategy, yeah. But so I'm doing marketing, I'm full-time at work, I'm running my own businesses. I'm just everywhere.
All right. No, I suppose that's the hustling spirit. That's the typical thing in Zambia. Which is your brand.
If it's something that's giving me money, please, I'm ready to do it.
Okay. That's really good. Recently, I read something, you'd written something where you said, I want young ladies to do better than me. So why do you want other young ladies to do better than you?
This person that I am today is not the person I used to be a year ago. I was very petty. I'm sure sometimes people would, I'd make wrong headlines. I was in a lot of places that I was not supposed to be in. But then all that changed when I realized that I have a lot of young girls that look up to me. They don't look up to me because I'm known. They don't look up to me because they see me on Facebook, but then they look at me because they see this woman that has got a fighting spirit. They look up to me, different young girls that I have met over the past months. So for me, it has been, I had to change myself. I had to change the way I do certain things because there were these young girls that look up to Mwizukanji. So if someone is going to tell me, I want to be like you, I would not even advise for someone to say, no, I want to be like Mwizukanji, I want to be like this, I want to be like that. I've gone through a lot of things that I wouldn't wish someone to go through. I've experienced a lot of things that I wouldn't even wish someone else to experience. So if someone is going to tell me, and I know people that have met me, they know that I use this term a lot of times. If someone is going to say, I want to be like you, I say, no, don't be like me, be better than me. If I say be better than me, I have things that I wish I would have done better when I was younger, but I did not. So I just want someone to be a better version of what I have tried to be. That's the reason why I always say, be better than me, not like me.
Okay. That's absolutely admirable. And what advice can you give to single mothers who are looking up to you? Because I know a lot of single mothers are looking up to you.
It's not a case to be a single mother. It is not a bad thing for you to raise a child on your own. Consider it a blessing, because I'm really for the idea that if you are going to have a child, it takes two people to have that child. You have a lot of options that you can use if you feel you're not ready to be a parent. But the fact that you gave yourself a go ahead and said, okay, I am going to be a parent, I am going to be a mother, I am going to be a father. It's not just single mothers anyway, there are also single fathers. I'm going to be a parent. Okay, you make that decision. So if the other person that is supposed to be in that journey with you is not ready to be in that journey with you, it's okay for you to pull through on your own. The reason why we feel so broken most of the times is because we feel we are not able to provide for our children on our own. Trust me, Mola, it's very, very painful when your child needs something and you're not able to provide. You know, it's very painful when you have to think what your child is going to eat next. It's very painful for you to just think and say, okay, where is the next meal going to come from? How am I going to pay my bills? And that's something that frustrates most single parents. So if you are just going to convince yourself and say, you know, it starts from mindset. No, you are the only parent that is going to provide for that child. And trust me, you can do it. Start working towards that. Start thinking of ways that you can, you know, provide for your child, support your child, even without the other person. I wouldn't really want to talk about depending on child support, depending on, you know, some people have become too comfortable. They say, okay, because I've got a child, I know I'll take him to court and then he's supposed to pay A, B, C, D. You know, it also gives you that feeling of self-respect. It also gives you that, you know, you just have a peace of mind when you know, I don't have to drag someone. I don't have to remind someone that, no, you need to provide for your child. You don't need to go and remind someone and say, okay, you've got a child here that you need to provide for. If the person does not see the need, if the person does not feel that they have to be there for the child, trust me, it's okay for you to do it on your own. It's actually something that I have not really talked about it very much because maybe I respect my ex very much. I was once married, by the way. So when I was married, I had 2 kids in my marriage. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, the relationship didn't work and we went separate ways. I respect my ex. You know, he's a responsible person. He takes care of his children. You know, we are not together, but he treats his children with so much love, with so much respect. In return, I also respect him. You know, I also feel like he's a good father to the kids, even if we are not together. Okay, so there are people that will just feel, okay, yes, this relationship did not work, but I'm going to be there for my kids. This relationship did not work, but the kids still have to survive. So there are two types of people. Those that will stand by their kids even after the relationship, and those that will just, you know, disappear. But whichever situation that you are in, as a single parent, trust me, you can do it even on your own.
Thank you so much. Now, on the opposite side, I think back to your fan base, you have quite the fan base and the fame. I think a couple of months ago, I think that must have been UTH, and you were I don't know whether you were coming in or going. I can't remember exactly, but so many people were getting photos with you. And I looked at you and I thought to myself, I don't think I could hack that attention. But equally, I'm interested to ask, at what cost has fame come at for you? What are some of the positives? What are some of the negatives? Because I know a lot of people are a little hungry for fame, but I think we don't realize the sacrifices and the things you start to lose because of the fame.
Okay. So because everyone is very much interested in my personal life, everyone wants to know what I'm doing. Everyone wants to know what I'm up to. So I feel like I have to try so hard to keep my personal life private, because for obvious reason, I wouldn't want people out there to know who I'm dating, what is happening in my life. So, sometimes I'll just go on Facebook. I find, this page has written about Mwizu is engaged to this person. Mwizu is now married to this man. There's a lot that is happening. So I just laugh at it. I just brush it off. Because now I think I've learned my lessons. I know that, what they don't know, they cannot destroy. So I'm keeping it private like that. But then the public out there, they keep on talking. Sometimes maybe they'll get your picture, they put it out there. People will be there mocking you. People will be there talking about you. But it's something that I'm now used to. When I go out, sometimes, I'll not say it's a bad thing, but I have to always try and be happy, always accommodate other people, because you might meet someone who really, really is excited to meet you, and then you're having a bad day, because I know it's not always that we have good days. You're having
Definitely.
a very bad day, but then you need to pretend to be happy. You need to smile for the pictures. Sometimes, if you don't do that, someone will go out there and say, mama cheeky, stuff like that. So when you step out of the house, it just has to be about the smiles and the happiness. Even if you're broken, nobody cares. You just have to give the people the attention that they need. But I think it's not really a negative thing, but it just doesn't allow you to be yourself sometimes. There's no me time when you're out there. If you want me time, you come home and then lock the doors and then you have the me time. But I enjoy it anyway. I love it. A lot of people come, Mwizu. Some people will mock me. They start singing songs. They start what? But I just laugh. I'm like, that's people trying to get my attention. But there's so much positive than there is negative. Yeah.
Okay. That's absolutely, I think, resonating, because I watched you and I thought in my head, I was like, I would never hack that, because that attention isn't particularly something I would do. But I think you're the type of a person, and we're getting to that element where more and more people are wanting some social media cred or fame, and sometimes we're not really aware of the things that you might lose or the things that you might gain. So I think that was really revealing. The other element that was very unusual, I think, is in other countries it's happening a lot more often. Parents are using their children, not using their children as per se, but they are opening accounts for their children. Their children are getting into businesses, especially on social media, very, very early. I think I know a few, like, is it Cora, who already has a page? The baby was not even yet born, but the baby had a page and she already had millions. And you're harnessing that social media, and you find that your child probably is making money using the social media pages. Now, this is very obviously unlikely in Zambia, but you had a page and you still have a page for your child. And would you encourage other parents? What made you open the page for her? Would you encourage other parents to equally commercialize children at such an early age, so that maybe the child is making some money for themselves as they grow up, and they have a little thing that you can put away for them probably in later years?
I can't really advise other parents on the style of parenting that they should choose. But I strongly feel that as a parent for my child, I made a decision to use her platform to get money for herself. I think that's another reason why you never see me as a bitter person running after people for child support, because the child supports herself. Trust me, like every week she's got money coming in. She's sorted for diapers. She's sorted for her food. Everything is sorted, and I don't have regrets whatsoever. That's my way of, that's a route I have chosen as a parent, as the guardian. Yes, that's a route that I have taken. So it doesn't really even bother me, even if I was to go 5 years without child support, or maybe 10 years without child support. I really don't care, because I strongly feel like I have set up a foundation for her. Even if she's going to, even if she grows, she'll look back and understand and say, okay, this was a good thing that happened. Of course, I'm not the person that opened that page for her, because the first time I saw there was a page for my daughter, I was shocked. I just woke up in the morning and I saw there was a page, and you know, people were commenting. So I was like, what's this? But then I deleted the page later on, because you know there was a lot of talks, negativity, and the like, and I just didn't want that, so I had deleted. But then later on, I just thought about it. I said, no, I'm coming back, and we did that, and it's almost it's hurting to 400,000 followers now. So I'm imagining how it's going to be maybe in the next 2 years from now, but it's a good thing.
Yeah.
So what I decide to do as a parent is for the benefit of my child, and I don't owe anyone any explanation. What I choose to do with my children, nobody, if someone is going to give their opinion, then they should be, you know. I have not done the same for my other kids, because they have they have a father that wants a certain lifestyle for them. You know, he's got, you know, certain ways that he wants things done, and that's okay with me. And they're not they have not been you know, in the public for long, but you know, once in a while. But then I don't see them even making money. That's not their strength. But I saw this little brand, you know, I said, oh, okay, I think this can work. ABCD can work. And it has really been working well. I don't even remember the last time I bought diapers for her, because she's self-financed. Yes.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think I totally get you on that one. So you are, I think, into the we've already talked about a bit of your co-parenting styles. And I know this issue of co-parenting is always very, you know, here, it's always here and there, and people are tagging. But you seem to have, especially with the father of your two children, you've said he's really responsible and you respect him. What tips do you have for single mothers on how to co-parent successfully?
Okay, so the fact that a relationship doesn't work with your partner doesn't mean that the relationship is not supposed to work with your children. Okay, so allow the children have that relationship with their, if it's their mother, if it's their father, allow the kids to have that relationship. If he's going to come in, he wants to take the kids out. If she's going to come in, she wants to take the kids out. It's okay. If you are co-parenting, you need to also understand that those kids are yours the same way that they are the other person's. So if a person wants time with the kids, it's okay to let the kids have the time with that person. But, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm going to say this. If it comes with disrespect, okay? If it comes with disrespect, or if I was writing disrespect, I would have, you know, put it in bold. If it comes with disrespect, trust me, there's nothing wrong with keeping your child away from that person. That's just me.
Mother's prerogative. I call it mother's prerogative, though I know it's a bit catchy for a lot of people. I think mother's.
You know, you cannot subject your children to someone who insults you. You cannot subject your children to someone who speaks ill of you. It's okay. So the fact that people are going to co-parent, there should be some mutual understanding. There should be some mutual respect. And it's something that happens. You know, we've seen people that have divorced. We've seen people that are not together, but they're doing the most for their children. So if there's that mutual respect, it's okay to allow the other person have access to your child. But when there's disrespect, when there's no support, you know, when they only make the only want to call them their child when it suits them. I think what you feel is not good for your child, do not hesitate to just cut it off. It's okay. You can make that decision as a parent.
All right. So quite a few people that are commenting in the comment section. We had some questions that earlier on, I think I've missed one of the comments. I want to read this one out.
Okay.
It says, our president, we, your cadres, are proud of you no matter the situation. And hey, she's not just for single mothers, she's for us all. So I salute you, Mwizukanji. You're just a strong woman, and it's not easy to provide for a child or children as a single mother. You have quite a lot of these comments.
Matthews.
Yeah.
And I've seen that's coming from a gentleman.
Yes. So that is Matthews Lungu. I'm trying
Thank
to
you so much.
see some more. Rocky Kasanga says, intelligent girl, hence the resilience. More compliments.
Thank you, Rocky.
And we have Tamara Mapiri, who says, Mwizukanji, you're my daily inspiration.
Thank you so much.
What are your thoughts about people who think you are their inspiration? Because I think that comes with a lot of responsibility. I get when someone says you're my inspiration, I get very like, oh, I might disappoint you. But how do you feel about that?
I also feel like that sometimes, like I might just disappoint. I might just disappoint this person. They are looking up to me. But I think if someone says I inspire them, most of the times I would, if I'm having a conversation with that person, I would ask, what really inspires you about me? And most people would say, no, the way you encourage yourself, the way the way you handle situations. So there are a lot of things that, people would talk about when they say, no, Mwizu, you inspire me. But then sometimes I also feel like, I'm going to disappoint you. Please don't be too inspiring.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, to the viewers and those that are commenting, thank you so much. We are speaking to Mwizukanji Nakamba, and at this juncture, I will ask Mr. Mkelevai. Mr. Mkelevai has joined us. Would you like to add on, to ask a question? You are muted.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Good.
Thank you so much. I am. Let me not lie. Mwizukanji.
Yes.
Yes. I've heard about you, but I didn't know who you were.
Okay.
Because I don't live in Zambia. I live in the diaspora. But from what you are explaining, I'm already loving you because, and I just want to thank the parents that brought you up to this country, to this world, that brought you up in this world. And I want to thank anybody that is involved in your life, that has shaped your life to be where you are. You're one of the most intelligent young ladies I've ever come across in Zambia. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because we have this dependence syndrome with our young ladies, our women, not young ladies only, our women in Africa, Zambia in particular. And especially when children are involved, we tend to use children as the weapon to either gain access or to finances or to anything. But hearing from you, I really fail to categorically place you in Zambia. I'm trying to place you elsewhere to say you don't belong to that, because I know for the fact that most of our women in Zambia, very few would stand and be independent and be able to provide and don't even give a rat's, to care about a man coming in and provide, because men sometimes, us men in Zambia, most especially for Zambia, twalikwataka problem. Tumona umwana kashinga isa mkulombe mpia shamwana. We always perceive that uyu mwana kashi, she's after me. Mwamona guys even goes to other women, to other guys, and tell her, say, no, you see, I told you that is my ex, now she's after me. That's a wrong misconception. In actual fact, they avoid to pay or to be responsible for their children that they have fathered either elsewhere, either in outside marriages or their first children that we had before. So this message and your appearance here should actually be publicized to the whole world, especially to Zambian men, that it is high time we pull up our socks and emulate from a young lady who is trying to simply say enough is enough about men taking advantage of us women, thinking we cannot stand on our 2 feet. I'm so impressed, I'm so delighted that you have shown that example. Please keep on shining. You are doing a great thing. Show us men, because twalitumpa balitumpika kale, especially imyambo eyatumpika ifima culture yalitutumpika. So I want you please to continue what you're doing and stick to what you are doing, what you see is right, and especially if it is benefiting your children at the end of the day. And then, now to speak on the other side of the coin, I would simply say, yes, you are right. Do not deny access of your children, children to have access to their fathers. No matter whether Chipuba or Chikabolala, it's the father. It fathered. They need to have access unless they poses a danger that they may injure or put your children's lives in jeopardy. That is where now you come in, your instincts should work and simply say, no, you are not a good person that can inspire our children and make them become productive tomorrow. So you, the mothers, have always the best interest at heart of your children. Continue with that spirit. And this dependence syndrome, tell us men that second, we are not the only, you can survive without us. Tell us the truth. Because
that's absolutely true. I think on the other extreme, sometimes I also understand us as a culture, like you've said. The unfortunate element is that I equally feel like our tutumpika, our parents also, unfortunate. I feel like our parents, especially us as girls, because they keep us in our homes. You're 16 years old, you finish your high school, you sit at home because dad and mom are going to provide for you. And unfortunately, that makes us very reliant on anyone else. So even when you have your children, or if you were to become a single parent, you still have that reliance going on. So I tend to think that's why maybe to work a bit, like you said, reliant on the man, or reliant on anyone else other than yourself, because we are taught that way. And I mean, you're only leaving your mother's home or your father's home when you're getting married. Very few ladies even are allowed to even have your own home. Your rental, I remember looking for a rental, and the first thing anyone would ask is, are you married? And if I wasn't married, everyone would just like, no, I don't rent out to single ladies. So there's that cultural,
very common,
especially we want to celebrate marriage as though ni diploma or ni masters or ni PhD. Once somebody has achieved, once somebody is married, we even perceive it as an achievement in life. That is nothing. Marriage is a contract. It can end at any time. But that does not mean life, that's it, that has ended. No, actually that should even give you much fuel now to succeed in life, because you now know it all. Men have come here to say anything. They can say words. You know, you've been there. No, no matter how much money they may have, no matter how much beautiful vehicles they drive, no matter fame they may have, they're just useless creatures that will just put your that will give you heartache. Do something that makes you happy. And the other advice I would give you, Chikashana, is that please, if you want to go into the media, because I believe you are very popular in Zambia, you are known. I would suggest that get counsel, especially when children are involved. Do not expose so much children to the media, because this may backfire in the future. Today may be positive. You may achieve, you may get money, you may do what, but tomorrow it may backfire. Your children may come back and sue you. So the best thing is get counsel, get proper advice from professionals, not Kerenka, not Kambwanga, those who just want to be there. Do your investigations, do your research, and find out the people that that can help you, more especially those that are in child protective services, where they can help, and that is how you can do it. Not if you are kumfuira, especially if Fimiambo Mwandin, okay, I love tradition, but some of the tradition, they are just too repugnant that we don't need them anymore, especially in this 21st century. Girl, keep on shining. You're a star, and don't let any boy, any fame, anybody tell you what to do in your life.
True.
That's my advice, my dear. Just continue.
So
and otherwise, I'm very thankful. You are a good example, especially that you are from Zambia. Awemayo, you have done a good thing. You are a shining example, because most Zambian women, they have this katwishin, it is embedded in our DNA from Bakaunda, whatever. It's this syndrome of we mamuna banga niba mverera vosi vamene akamba nizacita jumpa ni jumpa nkala ni nkala, even when you don't want to nkala awe. Sometimes it's important. I'm not saying you should protest, but let us men also try to respect you, our women, that look, you are human beings like us. We are all human beings. There's nothing different. The only difference is the womb and the breast. You produce milk and you have a womb to carry a child. That's the only difference. Otherwise, we are the same. So why should we negate you and treat you like you're a second-hand material just because you're a girl? Of course, you need to be loved. So it is high time us men began to take good care of our women. And I'm glad that you are sharing, because people thought if you were in a previous relationship and did not work out, they thought you're going to fail. You're going to be a destitute, begging on the street. But you've shown people that you cannot depend on a man or a marriage or a relationship. You can depend on yourself. So carry on with that spirit, my dear, and don't ever feel sorry for doing something that you love to do in your life. May God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. You're welcome.
So what do you have to say about that, Muzukanje? If anything.
No, I'm really grateful what Mr. Mkelabai has said. Thank you so much, sir. And I'm glad that he agrees to some of the points that I mentioned. At least coming from a man's point of view, it makes so much sense. So thank you so much, sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mkelebai. A bit of a funny comment that I've just noticed. Somebody's asking if you're married. Is he married? So, that one's very, very funny. I don't know why. And this is a man, I think. Jose Sontashi.
I have a gorilla. I have a gorilla on my finger. So just know that I'm taken already. I'm very much married, and I really respect women because I have a mother who I love so much, and I have sisters who I love dearly. And any man that wants to treat my sisters the other way around, they'll have a problem with me. If it means carrying a gun and shoot them, I will do it without a blink of the eye. The issue is we have taken too long as men in Africa or in the whole world to acknowledge the fact that women are human beings too. There's no way we should be treating our women what the second-hand material. We even buy them. Our tradition allows us to buy you. You know that, Tulamishita. Yeah. No matter how you may try to sugarcoat Lobola, Insalamu, we are buying you. You are being bargained. That's why you see most men, they tend to abuse or have access. They have the last word over you. To me, that should not be the case. You have to be on the same level. You mutually agree on all aspects of life. Yes, it does not mean that now puts you somewhere. No. You should treat your partner equal, that you are at the same level. You give her, you think of them first. Not to say niwevo elo enanga alufyanya waponona. Iwe umalumenga walufyanya. Who beats you? Takuri. You even go kuba. Na fuma kunganda ninchitobama chimayo chi woman chandu. And who beats you when you make a mistake? You a man. Nobody. The society is even clapping. Bana fimbusa na bashifimbusa, they will come to you, a girl, and tell you, shut your mouth. You're not supposed to open your mouth when your husband is talking. Who does that? Somehow these are the chaps who are busy destroying our women today. Miambo. So otherwise, I'm very proud of this lady that she chose to use to think the other way around, to do the impossibility in Zambia, because everyone perceives is that, ngawafuma kuchuponishi awe, you are cursed. Awe nishi, you have a problem. Bakupera na nation, you are a satanist or whatever. You're a widow, they will blame you as a causer. Even when he died from his promiscuity behavior. Yeah. Unfortunately, they will come and point a finger at you. So me, I really enjoy this listening to this young lady who is coming out and tell people, and this is what Zambia need to know. Zambia women, and both men and women, should know and listen. No wonder she's famous. She's very intelligent. She knows what she's doing. And please focus. Put your price on just stay focused, my dear. People will talk. If we're Zambian, to destroy other people, especially young women and men's dreams. We are dream killers. We don't want to build people. People should build on what success you have. If you are successful, they will come to you, try to be nice to you. In Ngawaba conquer in their retro sense, they want to destroy you. They don't want to build you. Ngamwaisa kuma kofialo fiaba sungu, your talent, my dear, will even multiply. Mamwa Zambia, your talent will be devalued. But if Kusangat, you are in Muchiwolia, instead we call kuma places like, So we have that kind of mentality which should stop. Ila mentality to akwata this mindset for Africans katushinga kuchush twachuleza na muli wakaunda that we have.
I don't think vuchushi. I think like you said prior, it's a lot of our culture that we need redressing, and culture is very dynamic. It should change. And we haven't allowed the dynamic to change. We still think things should happen the way they happened when, people were living in small communities and they were satisfying the needs of small cultures. So I think that's one of the unfortunate elements. But this has been a really good interview, like you've said, and we have a lot of comments that are still coming in. To those that have sent us the stars, thank you so much for the stars, and those that are still sending in stars, thank you so much. As we draw close to the end of our program, Wizukanji, do you have any closing remarks or any tips or anything that you want to take off your chest?
I'm not good with closing remarks, but I'll just say even a single parent is a parent. So if you are the only parent for your child, trust me, you can do your best and you can give your child the best. So if there's any single parent there who feels like giving up, if there's any single parent who feels they can't do it, you can do it, and you are the best parent for that child, the fact that you are around the child. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I think I'm trying to think of anything else I could add on, but I don't think I would add on anything, and it will, because I think you've wrapped it perfectly. I know you say you're not good, but I think you are actually quite good, because you wrapped it out really perfectly. And thank you so much for coming onto the show. As Wom Kelewai has said, I think it's an encouragement for a lot of young women. I know it's very unconventional in a lot of places where young women are expected to be reliant on partners or on other people. And you have done something that is against the grain. You've stood, and I think, like I'd mentioned earlier on, when everyone else was expecting you to probably cower and cover up, and culture expects you to cover up, you didn't cover up. You went head on, and that was so commendable. I mean, I will be really honest with you, because at the beginning, like I was saying, I was equally judging. I'm like, come on, guys, this is so, this is public. Why did you do this publicly? Why did you? But you said that, this was something that had to happen for you. And I think that's one thing that is very commendable. Even on our end, we can actually see and think, well, you are very right that it had to happen. And we are able to actually even learn off you. So this has not just been beneficial for you, but even for us that have been watching. So thank you so much. And I'll ask that you don't go the moment we end the program, but just stay a little bit in the background. And to our viewers and those that have been sending in the stars, thank you so much. To those that have sent in comments, we have so many comments. Some of them we might not have highlighted them. I do apologize, because there's so many, but thank you so much for listening in, for watching, and for sharing. And good night.
Good night.